Hello everyone. Today, I would like to introduce you to a heartwarming story, experienced by a foreigner who visited Korea. While reading this story, I was also moved. If you listen to the story of receiving help at an unexpected moment, in Korea and feeling grateful, I think you can relate too. Well then, let's get started right away.
Hello, my name is Emma, and I am a 27-year-old woman from Paris, France. I would like to share a story about my first visit to Korea. While traveling to Korea last year, I had a truly unforgettable experience. In particular, my impression of Korea deepened, thanks to the help I received from local people at unexpected moments. On the first day of my trip, I was walking around the cafe street in Seoul. I was excited with the excitement of everyday travel. But suddenly I got a headache. And the weather was so hot that day that I felt dizzy. As I sat on a bench and rested for a while, holding my head, a young Korean man came up to me and asked if I was okay. As soon as I explained my situation, he took me to the nearest pharmacy and even helped me translate. At first, I thought about how helpful the medicine sold at the pharmacy was. However, the young man kindly explained the symptoms I was suffering from to the pharmacist, so I was able to receive the appropriate medication. The pharmacist also spoke English quite well. He asked me about my symptoms one by one, prescribed an appropriate prescription, and gave me the medicine. Thanks to this medicine, I was able to recover quickly. The young Korean who helped left me a note to check if the medicine was working well. I was told to contact them if necessary. At that moment, I was touched by the fact that I had no idea I would receive such great kindness from someone I met for the first time in Korea. The next day, I took a train to Busan. I took the KTX. On the train, a foreign traveler looked embarrassed while using his laptop. My laptop suddenly seemed to stop working. While looking around, she saw me and said she wasn't familiar with Korean. They said they had to quickly write down important business tasks and send them. But it was too difficult. At that time, the Korean man sitting next to us heard our conversation, smiled, and said he would look at his laptop. In most foreign countries, entrusting your cell phone, laptop, wallet, etc. to a stranger can be thought of as just telling them to take it with them. His smile gave me trust, and I was able to easily trust him. He quickly solved the problem and explained the cause. After seeing that the laptop was working flawlessly, the foreigner and I gave it a thumbs up and expressed how great it was. And the foreigner seemed to have adapted to Korea and kept bowing his head in greeting. After that, we decided to complete our schedule in Busan. While going through my itinerary in Busan, I happened to discover a street cafe. I was taking a break while drinking coffee when a customer suddenly spoke to the cafe owner, gesturing urgently with his hand. It seemed like he was asking for something, but when I looked closely, it seemed like the customer was looking for something. I could have just passed by, but I approached out of curiosity. The person said he couldn't find the item he left behind. He said he wasn't good at Korean, so I relayed his story to the cafe owner. The owner was kind enough to check it out, and he really found what he was looking for right away. At this time, it was really heartwarming to see the customer's tears as he bowed his head and said thank you. Afterwards, I found a famous place in Busan called Nampo-dong. The most impressive place there was the market. But I also remember Yeongdusan Park, which we found after eating and searching in. The evening was really beautiful. As I went up the escalator, I was greeted by a cool breeze and a panoramic view of Busan. When I arrived, the sun had set and night had come. So I was able to see the night view of Busan. The lights of ships floating on the sea at night in the distance. And the lights leaking from the city warmed my heart. It warmed my heart. The quiet night scenery in Busan was truly an unforgettable memory. I came back to Seoul and visited Hongdae. As I walked down the lively street, a student dropped his wallet while passing by. What would Koreans do at that moment? I wondered if the videos on TV or YouTube were really true. So I just watched from behind. I was thinking that if something else happens, I will find out for that student. A man who saw that his wallet had fallen quickly picked it up without hesitation and was checking its contents. It seemed like they wanted to check how much money was spent and then take it. But I realized that that thought was really short-lived. When the man saw the student ID in the wallet, he followed the student and returned it without delay. The student was so surprised that he repeatedly expressed his gratitude. And seeing that made me realize once again the sense of responsibility and consideration that Koreans have. My face turned red with shame for thinking differently for a moment. And I had the strong thought that Korea was different after all. The help I received at the end of my trip to Korea really touched me. No matter which country you visit, you will find yourself loving that country even more as you experience this unexpected kindness and warmth. I hope that the story I introduced today gave you some calming emotion and enlightenment. I hope you can feel that Korea is a place where truly warm people live. And I will come back with another good story next time. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscriptions, likes, and notifications are a great help in video production.